Today we are going to turn 4 regular kitchen appliances a little bit smarter so that when we wake up, our breakfast is already waiting for us. A crispy toast, a hot toasted sandwich, a few sausages and a nice cup of chamomile tea so that we don't go too nervous to work. Oh, and along the way, I'll show you a couple of cooking hacks. We will be using the Shelly Power Strip 4 Generation 4 and honestly, couldn't be any simpler. We just need to take it out of the box, plug it into any sockets in our house, open the Shelly app, it pops up automatically, add it to the app and we are done. Now we can control each socket individually and even monitor the energy consumption of every single device. It sounds really cool. But you know me, it's so simple that we need to complicate things. So let's go to the kitchen and create a fully automated breakfast. We are going to use a toaster, a sandwich maker, a kettle and an air fryer. First, I plug in the Shelly Power Strip 4, which is already connected to my app. Now, 2 slices of bread, a bit of butter, ham and cheese, and straight into the sandwich maker. But don't turn it just yet. Another 2 slices and go to the toaster. Now, my toaster has this little issue. It pops up the toast when there's no power. Actually, it's not an issue. It is made for that, so that when the toast is ready, it pops up. But we will be controlling with the Shelly, so I need to hack that. So what I'm going to do is to grab 2 elastic bands, hook them around the lever and the bottom feet to keep it down. That way, when the power kicks in, I'll start toasting automatically. Next, half a liter of water and into the kettle. Just press the button again, but don't turn it just yet. And finally, toss a few sausages into the air fryer, pick how many you want, and boom, ready to go. By the way, my air fryer has a timer on, so if your air fryer is like mine and it has a timer, we will need to bypass this because we are going to control it with Shelly. So I'm going to use 2 of these rubber bands. I'm going to put the temperature on minimum and put it like this. And then I'm going to raise the temperature. And at the same time, what's happening is that it's blocking right over here. So if I leave it here, it will lower to about 140 degrees. And do you hear anything? And it's ready. So right now I will use the Shelly app to put in the time that I want. And now it's time to get a bit smart. I did rename each plug in the app: toaster, sandwich maker, kettle and air fryer, so that I can easily see what's instead of numbers. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, which I will be confused, it's much easier to know that it's bread and it's toast and it's water and it's the air fryer. Now let's do the schedule so that we can have our breakfast in the morning. The air fryer will start at 6:30 a.m. and it will stop at 6:40 a.m., which will be perfect for the sausages. Then the sandwich maker and the toaster will kick in together at 6:41 a.m. Now the sandwich maker turns off at 6:46, while the toaster a bit earlier at 6:44, since it needs less time. And the 2 will kick in at the same time. But we will talk about this in just a few moments because of the power limits that we have here. Now let's finalize with the kettle. That will turn on at 6:47 a.m. and will stop at 6:50 a.m. More than enough to boil the water for 3 minutes and have this really nice chamomile infusion. And that's it. Now I can go to sleep knowing that by 6:50 a.m. my breakfast will be ready. So I just need to walk into the kitchen, remove the elastic bands, spread a bit of butter, grab my sandwich, which is perfectly toasted, some juicy sausages, and my really hot chamomile tea to start my day calm and relaxed without being too stressed to go to work. So I just need to sit down, enjoy, and wow, that toast is so good. But to be honest, I did finish recording the video past lunch time. So I had already had lunch and I was full. So yeah, I saved for my afternoon snack. Now in the app you can see how much power each device is using plus the total consumption. So if you want to know how much your breakfast is costing per month, you will be able to do those math at the end of the month. The power strip even changes color depending on the power load, and we can see from green and then orange, and finally red. And do remember that I did put the toaster and the sandwich maker at the same time, but first I did check how much each was consuming energy. So we will have a total consumption that can go up to 16 amps, and that will be more or less 3,860 watts total, but individually we can only go up to 12 amps, which is roughly 2,760 watts. So I can have an individual device up to 12 amps or a total of 16 amps, as long as there's no individual one having more than 12 amps. If we are powering lights or lamps or laptops or similar devices that don't spend that much energy, then we will be totally fine. But if we are connecting kettlers and toasters and sandwich makers and air fryers and water heaters, then those kind of devices usually draw a lot more power. And if you are trying to do the same breakfast that I did, don't pay attention only to the power that we can draw from each, but also to the timings that you put in your toaster or your sandwich maker or kettler, or else you will be in the morning, instead of having a full ready breakfast, you will have toasts to clean up because they got burned. So first of all, do some testings to see how many minutes your toast needs, how many minutes your sandwich maker needs, or how many minutes you need to boil that water. This thing is really cool, really easy to use, and super simple. It couldn't be simpler than this. But you know me, I tend to complicate things. If you only need one, then there's the Shelly Plug S available that you can connect just one single device here. If you need 4, then now there's the Shelly Power Strip 4 Generation 4 available, which is a lot of fun. That being said, hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget the usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.